you happen to hop on to Google and type in what are the best available credit cards, you're gonna see a ton of different options. From travel cards to dining cards to starter cards and even just cards with some pretty spectacular welcome bonus offers. There's gonna be a lot of different options to pick from, and that's why in this video, I've decided to come up with a list of my 8 credit cards that I'd include in my dream setup. All like that? You like that little yeah. Now with this 8 card setup, I've done my research from the experience that I've had in the last 5 to 8 years of being here within the space to give you guys all the best information on making sure that you maximize your spend across all the dollars that leave your wallet. So in this video, the way we're gonna break it down is this. I'm gonna walk you through the benefits of these cards. We're gonna talk about the requirements you need in order to get approved, and then we're gonna share how they all work congruently together. So the first credit card in my dream setup that I've had for quite a while now is gonna be the Chase Freedom Flex card. Now this has been a long time favorite because of all the outsized value it brings at the cost of zero. Yes, $0. So this card, you can earn $200 after spending $500 on purchases within the first 3 months. So that zero just ended up taking you to free cash back in your pocket. If we break that down, that's basically 40% back on the first $500 in purchases that you make within this card. And usually for the most part, most people are spending $500 within a week. If you decide to buy your groceries, you buy a pair of shoes, you already made your money back. Now, I also want to note this. Chase did decrease the welcome bonus to just $150. So I'm not sure if the $200 bonus will actually last. So definitely make sure that you act on this offer because at times it does fluctuate up and down with these credit cards. But at the time of filming this video, I've at least done my due diligence to give you the updated offer information for today. Now, by the way, if you're interested in learning more about this card or any of the other ones and you want to check out the offers, be sure to see the link down below in the description, or you can just scan this QR code here on your screen. Now, that being said, some of the other details on this card, you get 5% on travel purchased through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. You'll also earn 3% on dining at restaurants, including takeout and eligible delivery services. You'll get 3% on drugstore purchases and then 1% on all other stuff. Now, the most unique part about this card is that it offers you earning rates in rotating categories every quarter. Right now, going into quarter 4, here's the update. You can get 5% back at wholesale clubs. All right, so Costco, Sam's Club, whatever it is. You also get 5% back on charities and then 5% back on PayPal purchases between now and the end of the year. Now, this is probably the widest range of rotating categories that we've had all year, especially because of the PayPal benefit. Nearly any type of online shopping that you might do, PayPal is usually a payment provider that you can use. So if you're trying to get 5% back on a purse or that shirt you're trying to get that you normally wouldn't get 5% back on, just because of the Chase Freedom Flex rotating categories and the PayPal benefit here today, you're able to maximize that for the next 3 months when I'm filming this video. Last but not least, this card is also going to come with a 0% APR introductory offer on purchases and balance transfers within that first 15 months. Now, I think this card is overall just a great starter card. All right, you get the 0% balance offer in case for anyone who needs that, but you also get the welcome bonus offer. You get 5% in pretty much nearly any category. This is also one of the best cards that you can pick up if you're also trying to step into the Chase ecosystem. Now, if you want to get approved for this card, I recommend that you have a minimum score of at least 660. Following up with that on our dream credit card list setup, I would say this is hands down an easy choice to make. It's the Built MasterCard. Now, the Built MasterCard is a newer credit card that came out on the market, and it's actually one of the credit cards that are not teaming up with some of the biggest banks in the world. It's a newer startup company, but they have crazy backing from a lot of the biggest VC firms. And on top of that, they have an amazing team. But this is a credit card that's worth mentioning because it does something completely new, where if you're paying rent, okay, you got a landlord, you live in an apartment, you can use this credit card and they will normally charge you a credit card processing fee, but Built will cover that for you. So they'll give you a 1-to-1 ratio on usually what I consider to be your biggest expense, that is rent. So if you're living in an apartment, this is a no-brainer card. You could literally just exit out of this video right now, get the Built MasterCard, sign up for it, watch all the points start just right into your account. Use those points then for any one of the travel partners that they have, Hyatt, American Airlines. I mean, the list goes on with who they're adding on, and you can find yourself booking some free travel. And when you're chilling in Cancun or whatever nice beach it is, because of your Built MasterCard, come back, send me a DM, thank me, and I'll say you're welcome. Nah, I'm just playing, or am I? Or am I? Anyways, some of the downsides about this card, the only one that I can really think of is the fact that it doesn't offer a welcome bonus offer like the Chase Freedom Flex card that we just mentioned. But I think from the point earning category, it makes up that value a lot. Aside from that, you'll also be getting 3x points on dining purchases. You get 2x points on travel and then 1x points on everything else. Now, this card here also offers a nice bonus on rent day. So this means the first of every single month, they're going to go ahead and double all of those earning categories. So instead of 3x on dining, you get 6x on dining. Instead of 2x on travel, you get 4x on travel. And for the first day of every month, you get 2x back on everything else instead of just the traditional 1x within the space. Now, in order to get approved for this card, I highly recommend that you have a credit score of at least 670. Anything above that, I'd say you have an 80% chance of them automatically approving you. Now, the third card on this list, you're going to notice a little bit of a theme here so far, but this is another no annual fee card, and it's actually what I label to be one of the best beginner no annual fee credit cards within the space to drop this year, and that is going to be the Capital One Saver One card. All right, so this card has a lot of similarities to the Chase Freedom Flex card, so we'll make this one a little bit more quick. You get the welcome bonus, same thing. After you spend $500 in 3 months, you get $200 back, which is phenomenal. In terms of where this card stands out to be one of the best is the fact that you get a free Uber One membership until November of 2024. You also get 10% cash back on Uber and Uber Eats purchases for a limited time. You get 8% cash back on Capital One entertainment purchases. You get 5% back on Capital One travel purchases. You get 3% back on dining and grocery purchases. You get 3% back on entertainment, 3% back on popular streaming services. And I'm nearly out of breath here, you guys, but we are at the end. You get 1x back on everything else. Now, you know what this card reminds me of? If you've ever played Call of Duty, it's like getting just a regular gun and putting it into that pack-a-punch machine. Yeah, this is a regular credit card. It went through the pack-a-punch machine and it came out bussin'. So obviously this card is going to be most valuable for anyone who lives in a city where you tend to use Uber or Uber Eats a lot. Now, I don't live in the city per se, but I still happen to use Uber Eats quite frequently, and this card is just so phenomenal for that. So by pairing this card, you get 5% off on Uber Eats orders with that Uber One membership, and then you getting the 10% cash back literally means you're saving about 15% on your Uber Eats food. And then also you get that Uber One membership where it also waives off that delivery fee that normally you would have to pay. So to get approved for this card, just have a score of at least 670. You should get automatically approved. All right, fourth credit card here on this list. We're halfway through. This is going to be the American Express Gold card. And this is actually one of my #1 annual fee credit cards, and still something that I carry within my wallet that I use almost every single day that I'm eating out. Now, the American Express Gold card is truly unmatched as a primary dining and grocery store card. For the welcome bonus offer, look, they're going to step it up a notch, okay? 60,000 membership reward points after you spend $4,000 in not 3 months, which is the normal time frame, but you have 6 months to do that. Now, 60,000 points, what is that worth? Well, 1 point to 1 cent on the most conservative side is going to reward you $600 cash back in your pocket. If you end up getting a 1 cent to 2 point redemption, that's about $1,200 back in value, and you can see how this card is already starting to beef up against some of the no annual fee cards that we mentioned. Either way, I think this card works so well with any other card just because the 3 ones that we mentioned are still no annual fees. It costs you $0 to hold them, and now that we're talking about some of the annual fee cards, this just adds a little bit of an amplified boost. All right, with this card though, you get 4x back at restaurants worldwide, not just in the US, including takeout and delivery, and then you also get 4x back at US supermarkets. Now, this benefit here is so good that they actually capped it at $25,000 per year. So you can get 4x here using this card, and then you can opt in for one of your no annual fee cards to recoup some of the other points there. On top of that, if you book any flights through the Amex travel portal, you get 3x, and then you get 1x back on all other purchases. Now, outside of rent, one of the biggest expenses for people is still food, and this card is going to get you great earning on those expenses. Not only that, but they're going to hook you up with some additional card benefits like a $120 restaurant dining credit, which breaks down to $10 a month in statement credits, which also works at the more popular places like Cheesecake Factory, Goldbelly, Shake Shack, Grubhub, and more. By the way, there are some little tips that I've also talked about here on this channel where you can optimize that benefit so you don't let it go to waste. So if you are interested in this or any other card that I mentioned on this channel where you want to learn more about it, I have full dedicated review videos. Watch that so you learn all the benefits, so you know that it's truly meant for you. But if you're able to watch this video and you say, all right, it still makes sense, you can just check out the links down below in the description as well in order to sign up. Next, by the way, I don't want to sleep on this, but you get a $120 Uber cash credit. So this card still works with a lot of the other cards we mentioned. And that's because if you have this card just linked up with your Uber app, you're going to see that credit automatically load in there without any additional work, which comes in at $10 every single month. With this card, you also get a $100 experience credit on a minimum 2-night stay booked through the Amex hotel collection. And with that, all of it comes at you with a cost of $250 per year. But if you're maximizing even just those dining credits and the Uber credits, this card's annual fee comes out to effectively just like 30, 40 bucks a year, depending on how you see it. To get approved for this card, I highly recommend that you have a bit of a better score. Around 690, I think would be pretty solid. For this next card here on my list, way different, all right? We just went from no annual fee to an annual fee, and now we're gonna change it up. This is no annual fee, but this is not a personal card. This is what I consider to be one of the best business credit cards out on the market. Now hear me out. Before you skip along this video saying, okay, Brian, I don't qualify for business credit cards, okay, I'm gonna just move on. Get back here, all right? First of all, the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card. Super strong welcome bonus offer. Like I said, no annual fee. You're going to come out net positive. And on top of that, if you are questioning whether or not you qualify for business credit cards, for the past 5 years, I've been making content in order to help you guys get business credit cards all for free. It's actually very simple. Little Brian Jung, coming out of community college with glasses and a terrible haircut, was able to get 6 business credit cards within his first 1 to 2 years of hopping into the space. If I was able to do it, I know that you guys can too, because the term of business is super loose. The IRS defines business as a sole proprietor. This means that you can start something as a freelancer, as a contractor, as someone who's tutoring kids, as someone who's doing Uber Eat deliveries, Instacart delivery driver, someone who walks dogs on Rover, and you are technically considered to be a business owner, meaning you qualify for any of these business credit cards. Look, I'm not gonna get into it. If you wanna learn more about that, check out my ultimate business credit card guide video, and make sure you have a notebook out there when you do watch it, because it's a lot of valuable stuff. Other than that, with this card here, you're gonna be getting a $750 cash bonus after you spend $6,000 on purchases within the first 3 months. Now, by the way, this offer might have gone up, okay? I'm not sure if it's hopping in yet, but I did get word on the street that there's right now a $900 cash bonus offer, which is insane on the Inc. Cash and on the Inc. Unlimited cards. If you know you have some big purchases coming up and you can hit that welcome bonus offer spend, which is about $2,000 every 3 months, which I think most people are still able to do, this card is by far one of the highest valued ones that you could get. In terms of the earning rates, very simple. You get 5% back on all Lyft rides. You get 5% cash back on $25,000 worth of spend at office supply stores, internet, cable, phone services, and then you get 2% cash back on the first $25,000 spent at gas stations and at restaurants. Now look, with some of the previous cards that we mentioned, yeah, gas and restaurants are gonna be beat out on the earning rates, but keep in mind, this is a no annual fee card, and then you get 5% back on a lot more interesting categories that generally other credit cards do not ever offer. What I love most about this card too is that it has the 12-month 0% APR introductory period, meaning that if you do happen to buy a lot of stuff for your business, okay, and you aren't able to pay off your credit card within that 12-month period, and then say on the last day of the 12th month you actually pay it off in full, you're not gonna see your personal credit score getting impacted. And that's because generally, with at least the cards we're mentioning here on this channel, these business credit cards do not report onto your personal credit score. So Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, they're not gonna hear about this balance on your business credit cards. So whatever happens with your business, it stays on the business side. Now, this is a bit more of a risky method. I'd only recommend someone to do this if they are confident with their ability to scale a brand new business, but always be careful when you're playing around with credit card debt, because it could lead to a lot of tremendous issues down the road if you don't know how to settle it, or if you just happen to go a little bit crazy with your spending on things you don't need, on things that you can't pay off in full. I do want to mention that this card here, if you refer your friends, you can earn up to an additional 200,000 bonus points every single year. That's $2,000 in cash, which is pretty insane. And and I've yet heard a credit card that is offering this much in their referral bonuses. So if you have a bunch of friends who's trying to start their own business too, this card is perfect because if you refer them as well, you can go ahead and earn a bunch of points, where I believe 200,000 points, that's a good vacation almost anywhere here in the United States. Now, to get approved for this card, I highly recommend that you have a score at least like 690, maybe 700 on the safer side. If you have that, you should be good to go. Now, moving back to the personal side, let's take a look at the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, one of my favorite starter cards. It has a lower annual fee, but still a travel credit card. This card is still perfect for anyone who's still just trying to tiptoe into the space. You might not be traveling every single month like the ballers that you see on social media. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. But if you're someone who's traveling maybe once or twice a year, I think this card is still perfect. So with this card, 60,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points after you spend $4,000 in the first 6 months of owning this card. After that, you get 5x total points on travel purchased through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. Then you get 3x points on dining, including eligible delivery services, takeout, and dining out. And then on top of that, you'll get 3x points on online grocery purchases, which excludes Target, Walmart, and wholesale clubs. And then you get 3x points on select streaming services, and then 2x points on all other travel purchases. Now, this card doesn't stop there. You also get a $50 hotel credit every account anniversary year that can be used for hotel stays through that Chase portal. Now, by the way, as someone who's used the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal for many, many years, this is not like a portal where they upcharge you on the back end to make it seem like you're getting a good deal. They are usually very comparable in their price. On top of that, you also get $200 in partner credits just by using this card on things like DoorDash, Instacart, Peloton. And as someone who got the Peloton recently, these little things I really do value. You know, I just realized too, I use Instacart and Peloton like the most. So if you're similar to me and you value any of those things as well, the Chase card is definitely gonna resonate with you even more. Now, if you wanna get approved for this card, I highly recommend that you have a score of at least 690. Moving on, probably one of the best travel credit cards that they've added into the game, and a card that I'm looking to apply for actually next is gonna be the Capital One Venture X card. Now, if you might be wondering why I didn't talk about the Chase Sapphire Reserve, because the Chase Sapphire Reserve I actually got like 2 months ago. You need to know that you can only hold one of the Chase Sapphire cards at a time, and right now I think the Capital One Venture X card is just gonna offer you a little bit more. Now, the reason for this is because the welcome bonus offer is solid. You'll get 75,000 miles, which is also $750 in cash after you spend $4,000 in 6 months. Now, by the way, guys, points and miles, they're interchangeable. $750, that's the base rate, 1 point to 1 cent. With this card, you'll also be getting a 10,000 mile bonus, which means every single account anniversary year, you're just getting about $100 back. With this card, you can also now get 10x miles on hotels and rental cars booked through the Capital One travel portal. And by the way, the travel portal is pretty good. You can price match, they'll price alert you if the price drops. It's been pretty good for a lot of people. So if you're trying to book through here using cash, I think right there, if you have this card, it's a no-brainer. You get 5x miles on flights booked through the Capital One travel portal too, and then you get 2x miles on all other purchases. Keep in mind, it's rare that you're gonna get a card that's gonna give you pretty much 10% cash back when you book a hotel, because usually hotels, if you're trying to book it for your entire family, say it's like $3,000, $300 cash back right there. A $300 discount is pretty significant. Now with this card, the benefits don't stop there. You get a $300 annual travel credit on bookings through that same OP portal. You get $100 global entry or TSA PreCheck credit, enough for a 5-year global entry membership. You get access to the Capital One lounges. And recently, your boy went to the Capital One lounge that opened in the DC area, and that thing was the nicest lounge that I've ever been to. The food was delicious. I literally recorded every single bite that I took because it was that amazing. And with how many more lounges that they're opening up, I still find this to be even more superior now. I know it's a bit more debatable, but then even the Centurion Lounge. So if you value lounge access more, you're gonna visit an airport that's gonna have the Capital One Lounge, or you have a home airport that has it. Look, normally if you wanna get in, I had to pay $65 because I didn't have this card. And then I had this whole tip gratuity screen pop up on my screen. There was 2 of them and they didn't look like they were getting paid that well. So I was like, okay, all right, I gotta tip them. So it was like $75 for me to go and visit this super nice lounge for 1 to 2 hours. Granted, I also did it so I can get content for you guys. But with that being said, if you have the Capital One Venture X card, you don't even have to worry about things like that. Just enjoy your vacation, enjoy your time at that lounge. Now, at this point, you might think that this card has probably the highest annual fee out of all the cards, and you're only half right. So look, the Amex Business Platinum or even the regular Platinum, you're talking about annual fees of over $695, but this card has an annual fee of just $395. And if you break that down over a month-to-month basis, I'd say you're getting still a pretty good deal, especially because you're coming out on top with the welcome bonus offer and all the extra perks that they include. Now, if you do want this card, I recommend that you have a score of at least 700 in order to get approved. Now, the last card, 8th one on this list to complete our dream credit card setup. This is going to be that Amex Platinum card. All right, so look, Amex Platinum card, like I mentioned, it is expensive, okay? But there is good reason for that too. With this expensive card, you're getting a ton of benefits. Now, I wanna say that this card, even if you do not travel, you can still find a lot of value because they give you a lot of these, what I consider to be coupon benefits throughout the year. This means Saks Fifth Avenue. I buy myself a new cologne. I got myself a pretty neat cologne collection, literally coming from the Amex Platinum card where I just buy myself something new every 6 months. You smell good. You get almost in essence a free cologne that offsets the annual fee, and it's a benefit that you can tap into wherever you are, even if you're not traveling. Now, welcome bonus, then we'll talk about the benefits, and then we'll bring this all together. The Amex Platinum card is going to give you 80,000 points after you spend $8,000 in 6 months, which breaks down to $1,350 a month for about a 6-month period. That right there is still great because look, when I first got the Platinum card, it was 3 months I had to spend all that money on, and there were moments where I was like, yo, am I actually going to hit my welcome bonus offer? Because I used to be a pretty frugal spender. I still kind of am, but you know, I've toned back a little bit. You know, I'll spend money where I need to now. So anyways, with this card though, 5x points on flights booked with airlines or Amex travel on up to $500,000 annually is what you get. Also 5x points on prepaid hotels booked with Amex travel, and then 1x points on all other purchases. In terms of the travel benefits, okay, you get a lot, all right? Stay tuned. $200 hotel credit on booking through that portal. You get $200 airline incidental fee credit. I use it all the time to get free Wi-Fi on my domestic flights. And if you ever have a check bag fee, use it on your Platinum card. If it's hooked up with the right issuer that you set when you first get this card, you're gonna get it comped back with those credits. You also get a $189 Clear Plus credit. So if you have this card, you can get the Clear membership all for free. You get that $100 global entry or TSA pre-check credit. And then from there, you can access their Centurion Lounge, all their different lounge collections that they have. And then you get the $100 experience credit through the Amex Fine Hotel and Resorts program. You get Marriott status, Hilton status, Hertz status. There's a few more statuses too. There's more than I can cover. In terms of benefits, $300 Equinox credit, a $240 digital entertainment credit. So New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Peacock, Disney Plus, they all fit within this category. You get a $200 Uber cash credit. That's $15 every single month, and then $20 in December. You then get a $150 Walmart Plus credit. And people sleep on Walmart Plus. Guys, it's like Instacart or Amazon Prime. It works fast. You can get items for the low. Don't sleep on this. If you have the Platinum card right now and you're watching this video, use Walmart Plus. If you have the free membership benefit right now, you get these free credits, and Walmart is generally cheaper. I remember I was trying to buy some whipped cream. No kidding. I'm trying to make a pumpkin spice latte organically, and I was getting like some whipped cream, the almond one, or the coconut one. Look, dairy free, all right? It was like $7 at my Harris Teeter Instacart, but then it was like $3.40 on Walmart. So it's instances like that where it's a no-brainer too. All right, and then the $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit split up every 6 months, $50 each. Some of the things that I didn't mention though about this card, you get really good protection, insurance protection, extended warranty protection, purchase protection, travel protection, and more. This card is probably some of the best within the space. Amex usually does a really good job in making sure that you are settled and that they are working for you and not against you. With all that being said, this card has an annual fee of $695. If you want to know whether or not this card is really worth it to you, I actually break down all the benefits of the Amex Platinum card in another video that I made about a few months back, so check that out too. All right, so now that you guys know about all the cards that make up my own dream credit card setup, let's talk more about how we can break it down so it makes sense within everyone's own setup too. So first, you got the Built MasterCard. There's really no negotiating this. If you pay rent at the start of every single month, this is gonna make up probably 20 to 30% of your income. That is generally the statistics that we get reported, and this card is gonna be perfect for that. Next card, the Chase and Cash card. This here is perfect for utilities, so your internet, cable, and phone service, I think, is a great way for you to earn the max amount of points, which is gonna be 5% back. Now, the Capital One Saver One card and the Chase Freedom Flex card are gonna be two cards that give you, first of all, the 0% APR intro offer, just in case you're going through struggles and you need it. Now, these two cards are also the no annual fee cards, so they're just perfectly good sitting around not doing anything. But what I would do is the Capital One Saver One card, use this as the primary card for Uber, okay, so you can get that 10 to 15% back. The Chase Freedom Flex card, you're also going to be getting 5% back on rotating categories. So the one that I think comes in handy is going to be PayPal. I would use this card until you cap out the amount of spend that you have and then rotate back onto another card. By the way, you also get 5% back on wholesale clubs, but I know with the Chase Freedom Flex card, it is not accepted at Costco because it is a MasterCard and Costco only likes Visa and any one of their cards. So I believe if you use this at something like Sam's Club instead, you can still get 5% back. All right, next card here, the Amex Gold card, easy one here, but anything regarding food, this should be your card of choice. The only exception is first of the month, use your Built MasterCard where you can earn about 6x back on dining instead. Next card here is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is gonna be a great option to earn high rates on dining and groceries, just in case the restaurant says, we do not take Amex. All right, that just happened to your boy at the pho restaurant again. I don't get why they got to do that. It's not really that much that they're dealing with. They just want to save a little bit more, but okay, I get it. On top of that, the Chase Sapphire Preferred is going to give you a 25% boost on your Chase Ultimate reward points. So anything you get from the 5% category with the Chase Freedom Flex card, you can transfer those points over onto your Chase Sapphire Preferred, and you're going to be boosting up those points for additional value. Now, the Capital One Venture X card, this card has a twofold purpose. So one, it acts as a great catch-all card, earning you 2x back on every single purchase. Plus, it's a Visa, so you don't have to worry about it not getting accepted. And then number two, it offers you travel benefits that can help you offset travel costs, including getting more of a luxurious experience at even some of these airport lounges. For the last card on my list, the Amex Platinum card, this is where you're gonna earn the most positive ROI if you're able to utilize those benefits, hit that welcome bonus offer, and you can really find yourself expanding a traditional, regular family vacation into something a lot more luxurious, a lot more peaceful through all the additional benefits you get just holding this card. Now, the Platinum card is what I consider to be more late game. So if you guys were to sign up for this card in the sequence that I mentioned, starting from number 1 to number 8, that is actually how I'd follow along. I would not be getting the Platinum card as my first credit card, especially if you don't travel, but work your way up to it. And if you're someone who, let's say you're gonna make more money next year with that new job promotion, or you're just getting out of school and you wanna apply for the Platinum card, then it's gonna make more sense to hold off until that point. Either way, by holding all 8 of the cards that I mentioned in this video, you're literally hitting every corner of spend to maximize anywhere from 3 to 5x or more back on the dollars that are leaving your wallet. On top of that, just by getting these 8 cards, if you're hitting the welcome bonus alone, you're gonna be getting up to $4,000 minimum in value. Now, if you're trying to find the next card in your wallet, I'm sure one of these is gonna be perfect for you. Be sure to check out the links down below in the description if you're looking to sign up. Make sure that the offers are competitive for you. And by the way, if you guys wanna join my Facebook group, my Discord, I made a full community all for free, okay? That's linked down below in the description. And not only that, guys, I'm also gonna be attending the Travel Summit. It's a long ways from now. It's in April. I don't know when you guys are watching this video, but April 2024, mark your calendar. Use the coupon code down below if you want $25 off there. And once again, if you guys have not yet followed me on Instagram and on Twitter, be sure to do that. And last but not least, check out the links down below in the description for Mumu and for Weeble. Thank you all so much again for watching today's video. Have an amazing, blessed day, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.